Hi guys, it's great to see you back on astrolada.com. I'm Nevena with your numerological forecast for June 2019. Um, First, I'd like to invite you to check out my new webinar on relationships and the big life periods. Actually, it's the influence of the big life periods in numerology on relationships. I think it's very, very interesting, and it could give you some answers on why some relationship worked out and another one didn't, or why a relationship changed, etc. So, if you're interested, I'll be more than happy for you to check it. Okay, so this forecast is based, as most of you know, on the personal years from 1 till 9. And my method for calculating the personal year is that it's valid from birthday till birthday. So if you've already had your birthday this year, you just take the date of your birthday, you add up all the digits with the year 2019, and you reduce the number until you get a single digit number. And then you can listen to your own personal year, what your June will be best for, and my general advice and questions. And if you haven't had your birthday yet, you just do the same calculation, but this time with 2018. And again, you add up the digits until you get a single digit number. Okay, so for personal year 1, personal year 1 is great for starting something new, like a job, like moving place, or like something in your job, maybe finding even a better paid or a better job, or changing the field. It's really great for that. However, you should also be careful and more cautious, and not just jump on different impulses, and try to plan things as much as you can, of course, in advance. But in such a personal year, don't miss your chances for some positive change, with, of course, with the best possible intentions. For you, June will be best to spend some quality time by yourself and to reflect on your life, on your relationships, on your past experience, and trying to see where you did wrong, and also realizing your mistakes and things that you just shouldn't be repeating anymore. It's great when we really learn from our mistakes and don't repeat them all the time, because sometimes this is what really is on our way to success, just repeating the same mistake over and over again. Also, the personal year 1 is great for starting something new. So in this month you can really just take on some learning and attend a course. It could be online, or it could be some offline course. Read an interesting book. It could be connected with your profession. Invest time and resources into improving your skills and knowledge. This will be really beneficial during this month, so go ahead for that. Your really positive days in the month will be the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th. So you can plan some pleasant moments, or start a new course, or something new connected with intellectual or spiritual development on these dates. Be more careful on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, and the 30th. And my advice is not to start new things on these dates. So my question for you for this month is, what new things would you like to learn? Think about that, and you can successfully put the beginning of learning something new. For personal year 2, as I always say, it's really it could be a really strong one, and it's best if you count your intuition and just to be more on the receiving and listening end. For some people, they're natural good listeners, and they're really great at hearing, perceiving the signals, just channeling them. For others, including myself, it's more difficult, especially if you're more kind of active and dynamic as a personality, and more on the giving, and more on the active side. However, during personal year 2, it's best just to be really diplomatic, and really to sort things out with important people in your life, to start smoothing your communication with them, even by being more passive and taking a step back from dynamic activity, and really hearing what people have to say, because some really important messages lie there that maybe you're refusing to see. For you, June will be really a profitable month, connected with just receiving some money, maybe something delayed. It will be good for getting something. Also for do not refuse extra work or extra projects if you're given the chance. And of course, if you don't have too much on your plate already, you'll be in this month you can be really profitable, and your professionalism and your contribution, although you shouldn't be just actively proving your worth and your contribution to others, it will be appreciated and rewarded. My advice is just to accept it with gratitude, the rewards, so that more will come. Your really positive days in this month will be the 7th, the 16th, and the 25th. So just be more watchful what's happening on those days, and be grateful for everything that you get and you receive. Be more careful on the 6th, the 15th, and the 24th. And my advice is to not to make any abrupt changes just out of the blue. In general, personal year 2 is not very good for big changes, for big new things. Especially if you're the one that's initiating them. If the changes are coming from outside, you will still need to react, to respond, and that's perfectly fine, but do not initiate big life transitions. This is my advice. And my question for you for this month is what are the passive incomes in my life? Think about this and maybe also consider how you could increase those because passive incomes are are something really good. Personal year 3. Personal year 3 is in general very positive, very expansive. 3 is a number of Jupiter, connected with active communication, and my advice is not to shy away from active communication. It also brings lots of ambition. 3 is a very active, very ambitious number, especially professionally. It has just kind of impossible professional standards for its own development. So in this year you can make a breakthrough, really something, you can achieve something big that later on you will need to develop and to stabilize. And it will be through communication and through other people, as it always happens. So don't miss your chances. And for personal year 3, June will be a month when some closures will take place. Could be again in the professional or in the personal sphere. Also, it will be a month of more intense emotions and also relationships with your close people, with your family could be. I would recommend just to experience the emotions, not to suppress them, and also to accept the important endings and closures in your life. So next month you can start something new. Just let go, whatever it's time to let go. Your positive and more optimistic and expanding days will be the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, and the 30th. And more problematic days will be the 4th, the 13th, and the 22nd. On these days, my advice is not to engage in too active communication, because you might be too emotional, and you might explode and maybe ruin some important relationship, and that you're not planning to, so be careful. And my question for you for this month is, what relationship is it high time I ended? Answer yourself and go ahead with what you need to do. Personal year 4, and I'm also here, and I know that almost never I have good news for it, but this personal year is really kind of tough. It is tough for me, at least. It could even feel a bit depressing, because it's connected with either with routine work. You should be on a daily basis busy with some routine stuff, or it also or it means some problems that will feel like kind of non-stop issues begging for your attention, and it could be a bit nerve-wracking at time. Just my advice for this year is to gather up your strength, your internal strength, your stamina, your patience also, because it requires a lot of patience, and deal with things one at a time, and try to be routinely busy. And personally, year 4 can be very productive and very constructive if you look at it that way. but still you won't be able to escape the problems. But in case you're seriously busy and you're working in the direction of your choice, the problems could be lighter or at least manageable. So for June, for us it's a great time to start something new. Um, I would say travel someplace new or move, change place, uh, especially if you kind of feel stuck and if you can afford it, of course. Also, if you have some ideas for your profession, it's a great time to start acting on them and initiating something. Not something just big and drastic, but something that you really would like to see, something you would like to explore and see if it will work out. Um, your good days in the month will be the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd. So go ahead with um, what you have planned to do, um, or just enjoy some calm in this year. And the more problematic days of intense emotions, when you'll kind of feel that you have too much on your plate, will be the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th. Just my advice is to meditate. It's really helpful, and it's what I do, what I try to do daily. Also, count on some fluid exercise, because the number 4 and personal year 4 are kind of rigid, and it kind of stiffens you. The vigorous exercise is not a good idea for everybody, but some fluid exercise like swimming, like yoga, like other stretching exercises will be really helpful for you. And my question for you for this month is, how do I overcome problems by changing something? It's really worth considering that idea. And in this month, because sometimes problems should be faced head on and just dealt with pretty straightforward, but other times you could just change something so that this flow of problems will stop. Personal year 5. As most of you know, personal year 5 is kind of similar to personal year 1, and it gives us a great chance to change something big in our life for the better, hopefully. But it's this year for a global positive change that we should really initiate, or if it comes to us, just embrace. This year is very important because it marks at least the next 9 years in our lives. So you can just go back and see what happened in those years. It could be a small change but with a huge effect, and on the other hand it could be a big change with a big effect. But it's great for changing something for the better. Plan it carefully, plan it in advance, just see what you want from your life for yourself, and go ahead. Don't be passive and don't let it slip away, because you will have to wait a lot of time to have this chance, because this really works. So for you, June will be a month when you should rely more on your intuition and just try to observe the signs, what signs the universe is sending your way. Listen to those and accept them as a kind of feedback if you're on the right track or not. Yeah, the world is really busy about giving and getting feedback. It's really, these days, it's really very positive. So open your senses for some universal feedback if you're going on the right way or not. And if not, just align your course. Also, don't try pressing things and try to feel the natural order of events and their natural rhythm. This will be worth it. So, your good days in the month will be the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd. My advice is also to meditate because really useful insights can come to you this way. And be more careful on the 7th, the 16th, and the 25th. My question for you for this month is, what are the signs trying to tell you? When you answer yourself, you'll have some important clues how to continue your way. Personal year 6. Personal year 6 comes after, of course, personal year 5, and it is kind of stabilizing the changes that you did the past year and also seeing the first results from them. 6 is a number connected with love, with harmony, with balance. So if you can enjoy and see love and harmony and balance in your life, it means that in the previous year you did the right changes, you did the right steps. So personal year 6 could be either a year of success, of joy, of bliss, or it could be again a routine and burdensome and not very, very pleasant because it will make you feel stuck. So this is what really, really matters in this case. So for you, June will be a month of communication when you could find some new friends and get to know some interesting people. Also expand your network, social or professional or personal. So go ahead and do that. And also the communication in your family, in your most intimate social circle also will be enjoyable and fun, and devote some time to it. Your calmer and more peaceful day during the month will be the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, and the 30th. Enjoy them. And your more difficult days, where problems will be coming your way, will be the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, and the 28th. My question for you is, how do I spend more nice time with my family? Try to guide yourself in that direction and see what will come out. Personal year 7. Oh, I'm so sorry for skipping personal year 7 last time. I've added a quick note under the video. I'm really, really sorry for doing that. I think it's really connected with the vibe of this personal year, which really needs some time alone or some quality contact with nature, and is all about intuition and analysis. This is what's really great about personal year 7. It's really about connecting the two, your intuitive knowledge, which could be really powerful, and also your analytical skills, Um, how do you really interpret reality and your own actions and the actions of other people? What do they come to tell you? June for you will be more routine, and also you will be busy with some work or with some problems that you will need to be handling. Use your analytical powers that will be enhanced in this month, just to check why something is happening, and so also to check if this is kind of a repeating pattern, or if this is some new problem that has just emerged and that needs your attention and also action to change something. Your productive and profitable days in the month will be the 4th, the 13th, and the 22nd. Because see, and in this month you'll be really able to notice that our greatest achievements really come from problems, from overcoming difficult problems and difficult tasks, not from just having it easy. So you'll have great chances for showing your skills, for showing your potential, for doing remarkable things during this month, overcoming difficulties in this month. And this is also the way we build character and strength. And your more difficult days in this month will be the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd. Be more careful and more patient on these days. And my question for you for this month is, what is this problem trying to teach me? Try changing your perspective when you encounter more difficult problems and issues. Then personal year 8. Personal year 8 really gets us involved more on the material plane. 8 is a very constructive number, concerned with our profession, also with making money. It's really material. It's also connected with building things, with showing our professionalism, with authority, with rewards. It's a really social number. It's connected with doing things on the material plane. Sorry. So you'll be really involved in such kind of issues during this year. June for you will be a month of changes. So you can really change something on the material plane. You can go ahead and accept new projects for some profitable projects, or also if you have a good proposition, also change your job for a better one, for a better paid one. Your considerations will be in this year, it's all aligned, just more material and more down to earth, which is also great. Also, the project that you've started in your personal year 5 or in your personal year 1 will take more root and hopefully will be more lasting and successful. This year is not, this personal year as a rule is not good for making big changes. However, it's really good for seeing the results of what you have already started, initiated, etc. And this month is really good for if you see that you're not moving in the right direction and you need to make some turn or some corrections. Just go ahead and do them this month. Your good days in the month will be the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, and the 30th. And be more careful on the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th. My question for you for this month is, what is the new profitable project I can embark on? And finally, personal year 9. 9 is a very strong, very emotional number, also intellectual. I think it's really the most mystical number of all, and it has a really interesting relationship with the other numbers. In the case of personal year, it means making some closure. It means wrapping up projects. It means ending some outstanding relationships. It means sorting out problems, and all that is accompanied by really intense emotions, both positive and negative. So for you, June will be, I think it will be less eventful than May, and still all those processes will take place on the family plane, on the more internal plane, all these kind of closures and letting go and wrapping up of things. So go ahead and need what you need to do in this respect. Your good days in the month will be the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th, where you can get understanding and reward for your actions and for your work. Be grateful for that. And your more difficult days, when the emotion will be kind of too much, and especially if you resist and wouldn't let go of things that you should, will be the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, and the 30th. And my question for you for this month is, what closure do I need to see in my family life? Think about what needs to end. It could be kind of a behavior or some pattern, or what no longer has its place in your family life. Okay, this was all from me for June. I wish you all a great month. Summertime is here, or it should be at least. And see you back.